Angela is having a party, and Jason and Freddy are too scared to come. If you like horror content, hit that like and follow button. I'm Randy, and this is one of my horror reviews. Welcome back to my 31 Days of Halloween Horror. I'm your host, Randy. No. 31 days. This is my day 14 of Halloween Horror. Um, Day 14, I did Night of the Demons, the original from 1988, not the remake. But it's directed by Kevin S. Tenney, who directed Witchboard. If y'all remember that 80s horror movie, which I think they have a remake coming out, or reboot coming out soon of Witchboard. Yeah, so check that out when it comes out. But anyways, this movie is awesome. I think it's great. I watch it every Halloween, every October, because it just has that Halloween feel, and it's set on Halloween night in a funeral home. No kidding. But this story follows 10 teenagers. I know, 10 teenagers as they go party it up in some funeral home that's abandoned and run down, and nobody lives there except for some demons. But yeah, so the story starts off with Judy. The main focus seems to be on Judy in this movie. Judy meets Jay. They go to this party that Angela is throwing. This girl at school, Angela and Suzanne, they are throwing this party. So Angela and Suzanne, they invite. There's Judy. There's Jay. There's Stooge. There's Sal. There's Helen, Franny, Max, and Roger. So all of these characters, they come to this house and go party. You got a good cast. Amelia Kincaid plays Angela, which, fun fact, she plays Angela in all three Night of the Demons movies. She's labeled as Mimi Kincaid, though, I think, in 2 and 3. But yeah, so she comes back as Angela in Night of the Demons 2 and Night of the Demons 3. If you didn't know there was sequels, there's 2 sequels, which aren't too bad. The third one's probably the worst, but, well, the third one's not the worst, but the remake's the worst, but yeah. Second one's not too bad. The second one's quite entertaining, I think. But anyways, you got Kathy Podwell, who plays Judy, and then the famous Lena Quigley from Return of the Living Dead plays Suzanne. All the other actors not familiar with. Alvin Alexis plays Roger, I know. But yeah, so anyways, they go to this Hall House. That's the name of this funeral home, Hall House. The story goes, there's always a good backstory in these movies. That's why I like demonology, because I think it's quite interesting. But this one is centered on the Hall family, who slaughters one of the kids or something like that, went crazy and slaughtered the entire family on Halloween night, and then killed themselves, leaving death in the funeral home. So yeah, that's the legend. And the funeral home was built on like weird, not consecrated ground, but like bad ground, just negative ground. Like there's this underwater stream that surrounds the funeral home that's built on a brick wall is built on, and supposedly the darkness and the evil and the spirits can't pass that stream, which is nice. So it keeps it contained to that funeral home. It's very interesting. It's surrounded by barbed wire. It's very gothic, I think. But anyways, they start partying, and then they do this seance. with this mirror, and after they do the seance, one of them sees it's Helen. Helen sees some weird demon creature inside the mirror, and she screams and the mirror breaks, and Angela's like, what the fuck did you do, blah 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 blah, you ruined it. Well, that opened the gateway to the spirit realm, and down below in the basement in the crematorium, the oven opens up and the demon comes out, flies around the house, goes around each one of them. They start smelling something weird. They're like, it's demons. Angela's like, it's demon infestation, and nobody's believing her. Well, the first person to get possessed is Suzanne. And Suzanne just goes crazy from there. There's a lipstick scene that I call the lipstick scene. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, from there, she goes after. Oh no, Angela goes after. She kisses Angela, passes it on to her, and then Angela becomes the main demon. She kills Stu. She bites his tongue out. Stu kills Max and Franny in the funeral home. They're doing it in one of the caskets, and they die. And then who else? Suzanne kills Jay while they're doing it. She's like, "Don't look at me. Quit looking at me." And she pokes his eyeballs out, and they squirt everywhere. It's really cool. So yeah, pretty much everybody dies. And then you get to Judy, left with Judy, Sal, and Roger. They're the only ones like left. Sal gets thrown out of a air duct in the middle of all this, and you think that he's going to be one of the final people, but he tries to protect Judy and gets thrown off a balcony onto a wooden stake. So that's poor Sal, which Sal's pretty good looking in this for a 1980s guy. You gotta admit that. But yeah, so leaving Judy and Roger to be the survivors of the movie, pretty much. They make it over the wall after they have to climb through barbed wire and scrape up their hands. They get over the stream, and as soon as they get over the stream, the sun comes up and fries all the demons. So all the demons, just go up in smoke. And then above the wall, one of the demons appears and is like, "Ugh." So one thing I like about this movie is Angela. Angela is great as a demon, I think. And because every time I want to play Night of the Demons, you're like, Angela. But yeah. So yeah, they make it through, Judy and Roger. Which Roger marks, I believe, the first black final guy in a horror movie. The first African American to survive a horror movie was in 1988, I think, with Alvin Alexis as Roger. If I'm wrong, please let me know, but I believe that's correct. But yeah, so that's Night of the Demons. That is day 14 of my Halloween horror. Check it out. I forgot to look it up if it's streaming anywhere. I'm sure you can Google it and it'll show you where it's streaming. I own it. Buy the Blu-ray, support physical media. Other than that, like and follow for more Halloween horror. 31 days coming on up. Day 15 right around the corner. All right. Have a good one. Bye.